To begin with, we will look at where training is located and how to add training using our templates. First, we will select training from the toolbar on the left side of your ER screen. Once this screen loads, you should see training that has already been completed, along with the ability to add classes. To enter a training that you have completed, you will select Add Class from the top of this page. It will then bring you to the Add Class screen. For all of our regular daily and monthly trainings, driver's training, recruit and existing, as well as our medical con ed, we will use the selection at the bottom, Create Class from Template. In the drop-down box, you will be able to locate those training templates. These trainings are listed in alphabetical order, and our monthly fire trainings are listed by the month first, except for the LP burn and yearly agility test. Our medical con ed is listed as medical con ed with the class name attached. Your new driver's training will be broken down by apparatus. Once you find the class you wish to add training for, you will select it. Then add the class date and start time into their associated fields. When this is complete, select Add Class. The next screen you will come to will be the information for the class. Due to using a template, many of these fields should auto-populate for you. However, there are still some necessary fields you will need to update. Station is not a required field. However, if a specific station completed the training, this will assign it to the associated daybook page. This is not the location of the training, but rather which station has completed the training. Next, you will select the instructor for the training. To do this, select Add under Instructor. If the instructor is a Mount Airy Fire Department personnel, you can select them from the drop-down on Agency Personnel. If it is an outside instructor, you will manually add that in at the Type in Instructor's name field. Once this is complete, select Add. The next section to complete will be training codes. If using a template, training code should already be associated to this class. You will only need to edit the hours for the training code you completed. For new driver's training, you can split these hours up if multiple codes were trained on. For example, drove for 2 hours and did pumps training for 1 hour. This will give you 3 total credit hours for the training. Once your hours have been selected, you can also optionally add in a location if you wish. As long as the Info tab has turned green, you can now select Class Narrative. This is where you can add any notes associated with the class. This will be up to whoever puts in training if and when you will add details into this section. The next section is Files. This is where you can upload any PowerPoints, handouts, etc. associated with the training if you wish to keep them on file. But again, this is not a requirement. Your next tab will be the Peoples tab. This is where we will add all personnel that were a part of the training. If you select Add Agency Personnel, you will then be able to select any Mount Airy Fire Department personnel that attended the training. Once you have selected all personnel, click Add. As we advance into an automatic aid agreement and begin utilizing cross-departmental training, we will use Add Non-Agency Personnel to add those from other departments. Once your personnel have loaded, you will select Fill from the Hours column. This will associate the hours with the personnel you selected previously. If you get a pop-up message about resetting student training hours, select OK. Finally, you will go to the Authorize tab to complete the class. If you are authorized to do so, click the box, set this class as complete and reviewed, and then select Complete Class. This will add that training into our records. You will also have to insert your password and select Reauthorize to save that training. We will not go completely through the process again. However, if you as a platoon complete a training for the day that is not associated to one of the templates, you will select Add Class and remain on the option Create New Class from Scratch. The main difference is you will have to manually enter information in all these fields. Please remember, if you do this, to put a class name that is clear on what the training was about, and you will assign it to the correct class category and training code that will maximize our training hours. The next slide will cover the max hours we need for each category.